Let me ask you something. If someone handed you the keys to your dream business tomorrow, would you actually know how to make it official? Most people think starting an LLC is just filling out a form online. A few clicks, a filing fee, and you're done. But that's not really how it works, because the paperwork is actually the easy part. The challenge is knowing which decisions to make before you ever hit that submit button. Choose the wrong business name, forget an important requirement, or skip one small compliance step, and what should have taken a few days can quickly turn into weeks of delays. So today, let's make sure that doesn't happen. Hi, I'm Bobby Casey, founder of BusinessAnywhere.io. For more than 20 years, I've helped entrepreneurs build companies, stay compliant, and create businesses designed to grow for the long term. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly how to start an LLC in Georgia in 2026. Whether you're launching your first side hustle, opening a local business, running an online company, or building a remote business from anywhere in the world, this guide will help you understand the process from beginning to end. So let's jump right in. Before you file anything with the state, you need one thing that's often overlooked: a solid business name. Now, this isn't just about finding something creative. Your LLC name has to meet Georgia's naming requirements and be distinguishable from businesses already registered with the Georgia Secretary of State. That's why your first stop should always be the state's business entity search database. Don't search only your exact name. Search similar words, different spellings, related phrases. You want to make sure your future brand has room to grow without creating conflicts with existing businesses. And while you're at it, it's also smart to check whether the domain name and social media handles are available. Your business name isn't just for legal documents. It's your brand. It's how customers will remember you. Once you've found a name you're confident about, the next piece of the puzzle is choosing a registered agent. Now, this sounds technical, but it's actually pretty straightforward. Every Georgia LLC is required to maintain a registered agent with a physical address in the state. This person or company receives official legal and government documents on behalf of your LLC. Some entrepreneurs choose to act as their own registered agent. Others prefer hiring a professional registered agent service. The biggest advantage of using a professional service is privacy, reliability, and making sure important legal notices never slip through the cracks. Now comes the exciting part: actually creating the LLC. To officially form your company, you'll file articles of organization with the Georgia Secretary of State. This filing establishes your LLC as a legal business entity. Once it's approved, your company officially exists under Georgia law. Now, filing the articles of organization is a huge milestone, but don't make the mistake of thinking you're finished, because there are still several important steps that help your business operate smoothly. One of those is creating an operating agreement. Now, here's something interesting. Georgia doesn't generally require you to file an operating agreement with the state, but that doesn't mean you should skip it. An operating agreement explains how your LLC will operate. It outlines ownership, management responsibilities, decision-making procedures, and what happens if new members join or existing members leave. Even if you're the only owner, having one creates clear documentation and helps separate your personal and business affairs. Think of it as your company's internal playbook. Next comes something almost every new business owner will eventually need: an employer identification number, or EIN. The IRS uses an EIN to identify your business for tax purposes. You'll typically need one if you're hiring employees, opening a business bank account, or handling certain tax filings. Even single-member LLCs often choose to obtain an EIN because it makes business operations much easier and helps avoid using a personal social security number in many situations. Speaking of banking, one of the smartest things you can do after forming your LLC is open a dedicated business bank account. This is one area where many first-time entrepreneurs accidentally create problems. Mixing personal and business finances makes bookkeeping harder. Tax preparation becomes more complicated, and it can blur the separation between you and your business. Keeping separate accounts helps create cleaner financial records from day one. Now let's talk about licenses and permits. One thing entrepreneurs often assume is that forming an LLC automatically gives them permission to operate. Not necessarily. Depending on your business activities and location, you may also need local licenses, professional permits, or industry-specific registrations. Requirements vary based on the type of business you're running, so it's important to verify what's required before you begin operating. Another responsibility you'll want to remember is ongoing compliance. Starting your LLC is only the beginning. Georgia LLCs have continuing obligations that may include annual filings and maintaining accurate business records. Staying organized throughout the year makes compliance much easier and helps you avoid unnecessary penalties. Here's something I've learned after working with entrepreneurs for decades. The businesses that succeed over the long term usually aren't the ones with the fanciest logos or the biggest launch budgets. They're the ones built on strong systems. They keep good records, they stay compliant, they separate personal and business finances, and they build their companies with growth in mind from the very beginning. That's why forming an LLC isn't just filing paperwork. It's creating a foundation. A strong foundation makes every future decision easier. Hiring employees, opening new locations, applying for financing, building partnerships. Everything becomes more manageable when the business structure is established correctly. So let's quickly recap. Start by choosing a compliant and memorable business name. Search Georgia's business database carefully, appoint a registered agent, file your articles of organization, create an operating agreement, obtain an EIN if needed, open a business bank account, check for required licenses and permits, and stay on top of your ongoing compliance responsibilities. Follow those steps, and you'll be building your Georgia LLC on a much stronger foundation than many new entrepreneurs. And if you'd like help forming your Georgia LLC, maintaining compliance, or managing the administrative side of your business, that's exactly what we help entrepreneurs do every day at Business Anywhere. From LLC formation and registered agent services to compliance support, bookkeeping, and ongoing business management, we make it easier to build a business that can grow with confidence. You can find more information in the links below. And remember, starting an LLC isn't just about launching a business, it's about creating the foundation for everything that comes next. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.